Dear students, we saw the explanation of the poem live in the previous video. In this session, I am going to explain the poetic devices and the structure of the poem in, in this and the structure of the poem. The poem live was written by Henry Van Dyke. Henry Van Dyke has written this poem in the form of sonnet. The word sonnet is derived from the Italian word sonetto, which means a little song or small lyric. In poetry, the sonnet has 14 lines and is written in iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter means 10 syllables accented on every second beat. For example, see the first line of the poem. Let me but live my life from year to year. The first line is the best example. It has 10 syllables. Like this, the entire poem has been written with 10 syllables and it is accented on every second beat. Sonnet means 14 lines, isn't it? And in this 14 lines, the first set of poem is called octave, and the next 6 lines of poem set is called sestet. Sonnets can be categorized on the basis of their rhyming scheme. Look at the lines of the poem which was displayed here. It is the first part of the poem and it has 8 lines. So this is octave. Let me read the lines of the poem. Let me but live my life from year to year, with forward face and unreluctant soul, not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future veils, but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. Yes, in these 8 octave lines, what was the rhyming scheme employed is ABB, A, ABB, A. The rhyming words are year, disappear, soul, goal, fear, cheer, whole, toll. So these are the rhyming words employed here. And what are the alliterations in the first line? Let me but live my life. So here the consonant sound L is repeated so that L is alliterated in the first line. And in the second line with forward face, the consonant sound F is alliterated, and in the 7th line of the poem, and happy heart, the consonant sound H is alliterated, and let us pass on to the next set of poetic lines, that is sestet. Sestet means 6 lines. So let the wave wind up the hill or down, over rough or smooth the journey will be joy, still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. My heart will keep the courage of the first and hope the road's last return will be the best. Here in these lines, the first four lines of the poem is it quartet and the last 2 lines couplet. So this quartet and couplet together forms sestet. And what was the rhyming scheme employed? Rhyming scheme employed here is ABB, A, and the rhyming words are down, crown. Quest, best. These are the rhyming words from the poetic lines, says it. And what are the alliterations used here? Can you find any alliteration? Yes. Second line, journey, joy. The consonant sound J is alliterated. And in the next line, still seeking what I sought. Still seeking sought. Once again, the consonant sound S is alliterated. So these are the alliterations employed in this poem. Then let us discuss the other poetic devices employed in the poem. Another important poetic device employed in the poem is anaphora. Not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear. Here, the word not is placed in the beginning of the lines and it is repeated consecutively so that it is called as anaphora. Personification. Personification means the inanimated things are expressed as though it has life in it. Here, the poet expressed that future veils. Veils means covered. The poet expressed that the future incidents or future events are hidden. No one won't hide the future things. So that this, what is a figure of speech employed here is personification and then metaphor. So let the wave wind up the hill or down. The journey of life the poet leads is compared to the journey on the road. While we are walking on the road, we happen to meet many ups and downs in the same manner. In our life journey, we happen to meet the ups and downs. So it is called metaphor. The real journey of life, the real journey on the road is compared to the journey of life. So that it is called metaphor. New friendship, high adventure, and a crown. What is the figure of speech employed here is climax. Climax means it's not the word which refers the last scene of the movie that you're watching. Climax is a figure of speech in which successive words, phrases, clauses, or sentences are arranged in order of importance. Words or clauses or sentences are arranged in order of importance. See here in this sentence, friendship, adventure, and crown are placed. These words are arranged in order of importance. See, when you are giving importance to your friendship, you can do adventurous thing, and then that adventurous things leads to brought you a name and fame to you, isn't it? So the words are arranged in its own order of importance so that it is climax. Students, hope all would understand these poetic devices. Follow your class regularly and note down the important points in your note. Thank you for watching.